Would you like to mention some changes that the government has made in terms of giving subsidies and giving benefits to the production units of fertilizers? Some recent changes that have come through.
If you are to do about say 50 lengths of swimming pool, the 50 meter wala, bada wala, which one would you prefer if it is endurance kind of swimming? Of the three strokes?
You tell me what could be the major core area, the priority area, which will propel UP into $1 trillion economy.
So please, may I come in?
Please come in.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Please be seated.
Thank you, sir.
You are Mr. Ayush Chaudhary,
Yes, sir.
and I believe this is your third attempt,
Yes, sir.
and this is your second interview also.
Indeed, sir.
And then apart from that, you have done your BTech in Civil Engineering from IIT Bhubaneswar.
Indeed, sir.
And your father has been working in the Fertilizer Association of India. Can you explain what is Fertilizer Association of India?
So, Fertilizer Association of India, it is registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act. It is an association of all the fertilizer companies, industries that are operating in India, as well as some fertilizer entities which have a significant interest in India from abroad. It acts as an interface between the industries and the government, and also is essential in policy formulation and suggestion.
Would you like to mention some changes that the government has made in terms of giving subsidies and giving benefits to the production units of fertilizers? Some recent changes that have come through.
Indeed, sir. So first change is the reduction in subsidies recently to around 1.64 lakh crore due to global fall in the fertilizer prices. Secondly is PM Pranam Yojana, which incentivizes natural products instead of chemical fertilizer. Thirdly is more focus on nano urea and nano DAP, incentivizing take up of these instead of blanket urea bags.
Is the price of fertilizer controlled by the government of India? Are there two schemes that operates in this domain?
So the fertilizer price is not essentially controlled but monitored by the government. When the global prices of the fertilizer rises, so government steps in and increases the subsidy in that case. But yes, sir.
Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, but it does not interfere in the market too much. It sets the floor price, sir.
And how about the price of urea?
So the prices of urea have been highly subsidized, and it has been almost constant since the last 2 decades, around 260 rupees per bag of urea, sir.
Would you think in terms of subsidizing the price of urea, would you think that would be a better proposition to going for direct benefit transfer in the case of urea?
So certainly there have been demands for including urea in the nutrient-based subsidies. That is done in the case of DAP and the MOP because the ratio of NPK ratio is highly skewed towards nitrogen, which is resulting in degradation of the land as well as groundwater. So inclusion of urea, number one, in the nutrient-based subsidy, and incentivizing more nano urea, which was launched recently, and focus on PM Pranam would be a positive step in this direction, sir.
Could you tell us something about the PM Pranam Yojana?
So PM Pranam Yojana was recently launched to incentivize natural products instead of blanket use of chemical fertilizer, and the reduction in the cost that would be borne by the state would be incentivized to the states in terms of the grants. Like 50% of the reduced urea usage would be transferred to the states in terms of grants. This is essential in achieving sustainability, especially in agricultural sectors.
But do you have some idea as to why the productivity came down in the context of Sri Lanka when they reverted into natural fertilizers and not into the chemical fertilizers? So the case of Sri Lanka was more of an
ill-managed policy formulation because it was a sudden shift towards organic products. Also, the recent ICR report suggests that a blanket shift towards organic products would reduce the productivity of the land, which happened in the case of Sri Lanka, sir. So, a better management would have been that allocation of certain amount of natural organic fertilizer and continuing with the old fertilizer would have been essential in not reducing the productivity to that extent, sir.
There has been a lot of controversy regarding the concept of nano urea.
Yes, sir.
Can you explicate on that?
So urea as a traditional fertilizer has been accepted by the farmers with an open heart, sir. Urea essentially needs to be applied on the leaves and the stems, sir. However, large scale application on the soil, it reduces the productivity and also degrades the land. So nano urea, a 500 ml bottle is equivalent to a 45 kg bag, sir. So it is a positive step. However, there is a certain reluctance from the farmers at the ground level, but we are promoting it as seen in the recent budget, sir.
Do you have some scientific studies on that? Scientific agricultural studies on that? And can you quote that from some authoritative source?
Sir, I can vaguely recall there was a report by the IFCO, sir, but exact details I'm not able to recall as of now, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ayush, I see that you've done very well in your academics, right from class 10 onwards. It's all been 90 plus generally. And I would just like to know what's your routine, daily routine?
Sir, my daily routine is divided into studies and physical activities, balance of both, sir.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little more?
Sir, considering my current routine, because it is highly inclined towards personality test preparation, so I study current issues and current affairs in the morning, followed by some static portion, and I usually do some strength training or swimming in the evening time, sir.
Okay. So where do you go for swimming? You're in Delhi or where are you now presently?
So I'm based in Noida, Gautam Buddha.
Noida, basically NCR.
Yes,
So where do you go and swim?
So in my society swimming pool, we have an all-weather pool.
Okay. So what kind of swimming do you do? It's long distance swimming or some techniques? What is it?
So my specialization was in butterfly stroke. However, the length of the pool in the society is not much to facilitate that. So I generally go for an endurance swim. So more continuous laps.
Okay. So what is the length of your swimming pool?
So in my society?
Yeah. Where you swim in the society?
So it is around 33 meter by 20 meters, sir.
33 meters. So how many lengths can you do at a time? Which you done maximum so far?
So at one go, I was able to do around 50-60 lengths, sir.
50 lengths.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that is butterfly stroke, is it?
Sir, freestyle. It was
Butterfly stroke is difficult to do in that.
Yes, sir. It involves a certain high involvement of the upper body in the back, so a lesser number of length would have been in that case, sir.
And are you also aware of the breaststroke?
Indeed, sir.
How compare the two, breaststroke and the freestyle and the butterfly?
So freestyle is the most casual of the techniques because essentially in the name freestyle, so it involves the least effort. In butterfly stroke, it involves a considerable thrust from the lower body because you have to push our upper body above the water and also all the forearms, both the forearms. So in breaststroke, we need to have a higher coordination between our breath and the body movement, sir. And there's also a tilted posture, sir. So there is significant slow speed in the breaststroke involved in that.
If you are to do about say 50 lengths of swimming pool, the 50 meter wala, bada wala,
Yes, sir.
which one would you prefer if it is endurance kind of swimming? Of the three strokes?
Sir, I would generally go for freestyle or the breaststroke, sir.
Free or breast? Okay. You would have carried out some introspection about yourself, finding out what your weaknesses and what your strengths could be.
Indeed,
So, could you highlight some of your weaknesses, at least 3 of them?
So as of now, I cannot list any weakness that would deter my role as an administrator, sir.
No, as a personality, as a person, as a human being.
So sometimes I get too rational over things or too emotional, but I try to control it, sir.
Too rational.
Yes, sir.
Can
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, go on. What is it?
So, for instance, if there is an issue happening, because as a student, we don't take a holistic overview of the situation. What are the different stakeholders involved? Why did a certain issue crop up? So I tend to get a little bit rational on it. So that should not happen or that should happen. So, however, it does not deter my objective thinking, sir.
What else? So this is one. Anything else?
Nothing that I can say right now, sir.
Okay. So what do you do about the kind of weakness you have just mentioned? Rational thinking. So what do you do about it to overcome?
So the first thing is that I think more into it, sir. I study the different stakeholders involved in it.
Can you give me an example of this kind of weakness which you have experienced?
Yes, sir.
Just one example.
So for instance, there is an illegal colony in front of my society, sir. Unauthorized colony in technical terms. So once there was a sudden removal of the different houses. So I got a little bit rational on it that it should not happen. But introspecting more into it, I found that firstly, illegal encroachment goes against the rule of law and the due process of law, sir. Also, I got to know that the residents of that region were given a prior 14 days notice and also a immediate 3 days notice, sir. So I introspected more into it and then I looked into it.
And your strength, what about that?
So I'm resilient in nature, sir.
Sorry?
I am resilient in nature, sir. That shows a high level of integrity, sir.
Resilience, integrity.
Yes, sir.
How will we relate the two?
Sir, resilience is not giving way to the situation or any adverse circumstances.
Yeah.
Integrity is unanimity among thoughts and actions and not able to get compromised under any situation.
Resilience and integrity, okay. You take it as a synonym generally?
Generally, sir, I take it as a synonym, but in technical terms, they are different, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Elections are coming soon.
Indeed, sir.
What will be your preference? It should be by the EVM method or the previous method?
Sir, definitely.
Ballot method.
Yes, sir.
Ballot or EVM?
So definitely the EVM method, sir, because it enhances the transparency, sir. We have the VVPAT system to ensure its double transparency.
Can it be manipulated? Software wise?
So,
Is there a possibility? Why are other countries reverting back to the old system? Where it came from? We got it from US, let's say. They are reverted back to the old system. What is your thought on it?
so certainly the cases of digital issues and data thefts are rising.
Is there a possibility with the technological enhancements all over?
Sir, the Election Commission has looked into it.
No, your view.
So I don't think so, sir, because the mechanism of the elections in India are very strong, sir. So it cannot be deterred, sir.
Very strong.
Yes,
Are you sure?
definitely, sir. India is a vibrant democracy, sir.
Oh, that's okay. But is there a possibility of some mischief? Yes, no, with the EVM?
No, sir.
No, nothing. Foolproof?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ayush Chaudhary, you're from UP,
Yes, sir.
right? Now, UP is targeting $1 trillion economy. So you tell me, what are the priorities area according to you?
So firstly, the focus on education. Secondly is the healthcare. And thirdly is inclusive development in terms of women and children, sir.
All right, that's okay. But you tell me what could be the major core area, the priority area, which will propel UP into $1 trillion economy.
So firstly would be manufacturing. Exploring the rich mineral base, especially of the eastern UP and the Bundelkhand region, as was the recent Bida city that is being planned to set up. Secondly is focus on agriculture, especially in the eastern UP, sir. And thirdly is improving the logistics cost because of the construction of major expressways in Uttar Pradesh, sir.
Anything else? Religious tourism? No?
Indeed, sir. Tourism, especially religious tourism.
So what are these religious tourism area that you see as potential?
So firstly is Ayodhya region. Secondly is Mathura region. Thirdly is the Varanasi and the Gaya region, sir. Sarnath region.
And what about your region? Prayagraj?
It has been a hub and it continues to be one, sir.
Okay. So you said manufacturing. Now, manufacturing UP is also looking at becoming one of the defense corridors. Among the 2 defense corridors being built in India, one is in UP.
Okay, sir.
Are you aware of that?
Not right now, sir.
You're not aware. Okay. So, you're also a student of geography. Now tell me, which are the districts of UP which touches the Nepal border?
Sir, Lakhimpur Kheri district,
Okay.
Pilibhit district,
Okay. Maharajganj, Balrampur, Bahraich, there are so many.
Yes, sir.
You will definitely know. Now tell me, we have a unique relationship with Nepal. Why is it called unique relationship?
So unique in the sense because India has had an open border with Nepal and to and fro movement of the people. However, the recent inclination of Nepal with the China axis goes against our national interest and territorial sovereignty, sir. So it is a unique in nature, sir.
So you're using the word China axis. You think Nepal is in league with China? Or on what basis you're saying this?
Sir, Nepal is one of the countries that supports the BRI initiative of China.
Mm-hmm.
So it is taking soft loans from China in terms of infrastructural development.
Mm-hmm. So what's wrong with that? Every country is sovereign. They have a right to take loan at a very low cost, develop the infrastructure. That does not make them anti-India.
Indeed, sir. But sir, following the ideals of China, transgressing into our boundaries, which was seen in the Lipu Lake issue, sir, in which they changed their map, and the same has been done with China when they are transgressing into the Arunachal Pradesh and the LAC region, sir.
All right. Now, last question I'll ask you. You're a IIT graduate. Now, today we have large number of proliferation of IITs.
Indeed, sir.
Do you think it has this IIT brand has taken a hit? Because many of these IITs don't have enough teachers, they don't have great demand in the market, the graduates don't get the best pay. Do you think the IIT brand has taken a hit?
Sir, I would not say that the brand has taken a hit because it increases the reach of the IITs. Initially, there were 5 or 7. Now there are more than 22 or 23, I believe. So we are increasing the regional reach of the IITs in the areas where they were not present initially. Also, we are increasing the research and development in IITs, and they are producing a lot of different journals and papers, sir. However, as you rightly said, sir, there are issues in terms of infrastructure and teachers' capability, but we are looking into it, sir. We are moving in a positive direction.
Okay, suppose I was to pick your brain and you tell me how can IIT be made more productive?
Some more focus on research and development, sir. Because IITs generally are associated with BTech and MTech, and there is lesser focus on PhD and PhD, sir, because they are the one which produce the maximum number of research. So focusing on research and development. Secondly is increasing the inclusivity in IITs, as has been the allegations in the recent times that certain sections are facing a large amount of mental stress. Thirdly, increasing the women representation in IITs, which has been made since 2018, and we are in a positive track, sir.
Anything else that comes to your mind? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. Huh?
Thank you, sir.
Now, would like to give some feedback?
Yes. Just take it to the right perspective. One is that this kala that you're wearing, unless it has got some religious sanctity or sentiment, you may think of removing it for interview.
Actually, sir, during the interview, they remove everything, sir.
हाँ, तो मतलब कि इसको remove करना है.
जी, sir.
Then your socks, black socks will be preferable.
Sure, sir.
And shoes with laces, 2 points, with laces and round toe preferably.
Yes, sir. I won't be using these ones.
हाँ, तो the point is shoes, socks, because you know your dress, the way you have the physical appearance, all those things also matter. It carries subliminal impression for quite some time. So these small things, you know, you can take care of it.
Definitely, sir.
And
टाई में बटन बंद है या बटन खुला हुआ है टाई का? देखिएगा जरा सा.
ऊपर शर्ट का.
So I think it has opened.
हाँ, इसको भी देख लेना.
Be careful.
अच्छा. The next point is about wherever you give your weakness, you must also give the strategy for improving. So this can be an area of improvement. Any weakness is equal to area of improvement.
Sure.
So you can always say, sir, I identified 1 or 2 areas of improvement, or I'm aware of a weakness or 2, whatever. You can briefly mention that. Don't evade it totally. Okay. But also, the moment you say, I have this weakness or I need to improve this area, how am I working on it? Okay. You can also, alongside, bring that out.
Sure, sir.
How are you working on it? And okay, fine, thank you.
Thanks.
Sir.
Mr. Ayush,
Yes, sir.
I think you have the potential to succeed.
Thank you,
You
sir.
are quite articulate,
Thank you.
but you can perform better. You see, the expectation from you would be much higher with your IIT background, good schooling, good performance at the university level. So expectation would be high from you. That's your big challenge. And sometimes, you know, you are a little bit hesitant.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Remember, this is a personality test. You have to show confidence. When you know a thing, you say. If you don't know something, you should not show hesitancy or tendency to guess.
Yes, sir.
You know, you are a civil servant in the making. Civil servants should know the challenges, and most importantly, you should be able to come up with solution. Ultimately, you are going to be a solution provider.
Yes, sir.
You know, the people going at the district level, whether you are IPS or IAS, you have to provide solution to the problem.
Yes, sir.
So many, okay. So look at those things in that perspective and come up with that. So UP, you know, you have to be aware of your surrounding. Then only you are from UP, you could have a geography student,
Definitely.
you know, come up with all the districts. I expected that. Then also Nepal, you need to have a more deeper understanding.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Use of word is very important. You know, you said access and be careful. Don't use big word
Okay,
which can drag the discussion in an area where you are very, very uncomfortable.
Okay, sir.
Or gives the impression that, you know, you don't have a deep understanding with clarity or sharpness of view. Now, simply because they have agreed on BRI, it doesn't mean they are anti-India.
Yes, sir.
How many projects have been done on BRI? None. They have said we are VI open. China is influential power in the region.
Yes, sir.
Nepal wants money. But they are aware of the drawbacks. They haven't implemented anything yet.
Okay, sir.
Okay. India and Nepal, we are close neighbors. They can't get away from this thousands of years of civilization and link. Our economy is linked.
Yes.
All the Nepalese come to India for work. Yes. Indians can go there for work. Yes. So these are very close cultural, economic linkages. Yes. So be careful on the use of the word.
Sure.
China's influence is increasing, but be careful. They are not anti-India.
Sure.
All right. So if you are able to marshal your argument to show that you are a thinking person with deep understanding of the issue, you understand the challenges on any issue. Like Nepal, I would have asked you more.
Yes, sir.
What are the challenges? What are the solution? What can be done? That is what we want to know from you.
Yes, sir.
If you keep that in mind, any issue, what is the challenge? What is the solution?
Yes,
I'm sure you can do much better because you have the potential. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Just one more point. Give it a thought as to what resilience and integrity would mean. In your own time, you can find out.
Sure, sir.
And how are they related or not related?
Sure, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm really impressed by you, especially the naturalness that you have exhibited all through, and your range of interest in whatever you have written. I also hope that you would have, if you have not done it, especially prepare for photography. Photography is very interesting, and some of the board members could be especially interested in that.
Sure,
So that is one area I'd really request you to focus on. We were given to understand that you have to go somewhere else also. So I would have liked to ask you a lot of questions on civil engineering, which of course, and photography. Yeah, something on swimming as well. But then of course, positive time. But by and large, you've been able to catch the attention of the board in the right direction.
Thank you, sir.
And we must admit that. In fact, there's one area in which General Sahab had asked you about what frustrates you. What did he use? Resilient and
Resilience and integrity.
No, rational, in fact.
Rational. Achha.
No, that is one area where you are getting into a bit of controversy, in fact. Not from that point of view.
Okay, sir.
You're not very clear. Rational thinking as per you, and then trying to link it up with holistic thought.
Okay,
So that is one area where you need to guard upon, actually.
Sure, sir.
Perhaps if you would evade that, because see, ultimately, once you get to rational thought, then you get into philosophy and you get into so many other things also.
Definitely.
And by rationalism, you perhaps meant that you should also take into consideration other stakeholders.
Yes,
That is what you meant.
Yes, sir.
But when you were trying to justify it, then perhaps you had a totally different argument, in fact,
Okay, sir.
So that is one area where you need to be careful about.
Sure, sir.
And then apart from that, you did your 2022, you finished a dual degree.
Yes, sir.
2022. So you hardly have this 24. So because the first time you made an interview,
So second time.
second time, first time you made an interview, then next time you couldn't, and this is the third time, in fact.
So actually, I gave my first attempt in 2020.
Very nice, very nice. You must always do that. Try to come to service as young as possible, in fact, because otherwise if you come late, they don't come to the hoary tops,
Yes, sir.
So that is how it works out, and we will certainly pray for you, and we'll certainly, wish that you do perform the best. But I wanted to know, when is your interview, by the way?
On 22nd of February.
Or 20. So you still have a bit of time. Sir has been kind enough to guide you on, especially about, be alert about UP. Yes. Because see, ultimately what happens, the broadsheet, so the persons can pick up from anything. That's how I saw fertilizer. So that sounds interesting, in fact, And then, of course, the board members, I'll tell you very categorical. And since there's a second interview with the board, with the UPSC board, the people who are sitting over there have tremendous knowledge and experience, and many of them are ex-bureaucrats,
Yes.
So their range of knowledge would be vast,
Indeed, sir.
And they'll really be happy with the type of knowledge that you're exuding, in fact, type of interpretation that you're doing. So don't don't get into any controversies. Otherwise, you are very alert. You are very knowledgeable. You have a good pedigree, and also prepare about Sardar Patel, of course, and that because that's your school's name also.
Definitely.
And Kewadia, etc. Have you been to Kewadia by any chance?
No, sir.
You've not been there. I had been there recently, anyhow. So that's all, and prepare about Sardar Patel. study something about that great. I mean, even if you're not been there, but they will expect Sardar Patel Vidyalaya and Sardar Patel, that statue also. So make an intensive study now, because that's, and Sardar Patel also in the context of the freedom movement and the type of primacy that he's enjoying, So that may bring a lot of questions, Maybe not. Nobody can guarantee, but that's all. Thanks a lot and do well.
So may I just add one?
Please.
See, IIT, okay. Now, proliferation of IITs, it takes time for building up the brand. IIT Bombay, Kanpur, Delhi, these have been Madras. It takes time, okay. But it can be made more productive. Now, you gave me a very typical cliched kind of answer. Logistics and more research and funding, it's all important. How can it be made more productive? Maybe including more humanities subject, especially the new IITs, they will take time to come to Bombay standard, Kanpur standard. But if they have humanities subject, why can't the IITs have law? Why can't they have sociology, international politics? The brand will go up, especially the new ones, because they have huge campus, infrastructure. They can do that. And they're already taking steps. IIT Delhi, they have management. They're already introducing a lot of humanities subject. They're also trying to think in medical terms, introducing a number of medical research. So read up on that, if you read up on that, I'm sure you will come up with more innovative ideas. We want to see what ideas you have. Young people, okay? That is how you will impress the board. Thank you.
We would rather recommend you study about Stanford University, in fact, because Stanford University and then IIT, there could be a lot of similarity, in fact. You can get some good ideas from that, Okay, so I do not want you to be operating on a thin air. Get some concrete ideas from that.
Sure, sir.
Which perhaps, as Sir has said, that you must have. So you can come up with ideas, It's reading that makes you imagine more and more,
Definitely.
And the implementation. And then also at the same time, because now once you delve into that, there is a bit of risk. The risk is in terms of the education policy then research, then sponsored research, then federal funding or the government's funding. In fact, in Stanford University, if the research budget is $6.9 billion, only 1.4 comes from the industry. The rest is all federal funding. So if you delve into that area, study model.
Sure,
and see how, and then also get an education policy. So you have time, you have time. That's why we are suggesting 3 दिन में brush हो जाए कोई बहुत बड़ा. And Lucknow करे, UP. UP is a nation all by itself.
Definitely, sir.
Don't take it lightly. All the best. God bless, sir.
Thank you.
Well done.